everyone, my name is Diane. Welcome to my studio, and I thought I would take you on a really quick update here of where I am with working and reorganizing everything in here. So let's get started. So the first big thing that I have started doing, and for some crazy reason I started this, I think I started emptying this at about 9:30, 10 o'clock the other night, but I started taking out all the books that were in this bookshelf, and I wish I had taken a before picture, but I didn't even think about it. It was an impulse move to start doing this, and I just started taking the books out and put them in boxes. They're in boxes in the hallway now. Excuse me. So this was full of books. It was full on this side all the way up to the ceiling. Everything over here on this side was all, well, they were all reading books. So I took everything, put it in boxes. There's a bunch, I would say at least 75% of those books I am going to donate because I just don't need them. I don't have the space for them. I want this to be for my art things. All the books on this side are just kind of, a lot of these are sewing books. All these down here are art books, and I think what I might do is actually take these books off of this shelf and put them in the bookshelf that's in my closet. So I do have two bookshelves in my closet that have a bunch of supplies on them, and I'm wanting to move a lot of the supplies that are in there into here so that I can use them. I really don't even look at a lot of those books down there, and those I don't know, I might need to just go through a purge and get rid of a bunch of those also. But the rest of everything, so those, and those are all collage books that I use to clip images out of for my collage. These are all old magazines and old books. I kind of have an idea of what I might do with those. Those need to be moved out of the way. I brought more boxes home from work yesterday because I need to pack more things up. I have another box of just like knick-knacky things that were on there that I need to figure out what to do with. The baskets on top there have just little my iCAD cards and ATCs that I've made, and just other art cards and things like that that people have sent me. So the other thing that I think that I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to do it today, it might be one of the first things, is I'm going to move that shelf out of here, and I'm going to bring in the cabinet that has my record player and all of my albums, and I'm going to put that in here. And I have been going back and forth on doing that for a little while. Somebody had kind of mentioned it to me a few weeks ago that, I have, because I was saying that I've been restocking a lot of my albums and buying new ones, but I haven't really been enjoying them because my record player is in my living room, and I spend almost all of my time in here in my room, especially the weeks that I don't have my kids. I'm in here. I don't watch TV, so I'm just not in the living room. If I'm cooking or messing around the kitchen, I'll think to put an album on them. But besides that, I'm not getting any enjoyment from any of those albums that I've bought. So I'm going to move this stuff out and put that little cabinet there and put my record player there with my albums, and that way I will be able to listen to things while I'm working in here, and I'm really, really excited to do that. So that's the big thing. I did go by Target yesterday and I found these bins, and I think, and I hope, I haven't tried them out yet, which I should have, but I believe that I'll be able to get a couple of them on each side and one of these shorter ones. So this was also kind of an impulse buy. Because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to organize things on here, but everybody else is kind of going through this organization buzz right now with it being, just, it seems like this part of the year, people just kind of get that urge to start doing things like this, and they were running out of them. And I wanted to make sure that I got what I needed. So I went ahead and picked them up. I've got my receipt. They don't work, but I think that they'll actually work really well here. So, once again, I'm not 100% sure what I'm even going to put in these, but for now, I think they'll be nice, because I like sorting things. I like sorting things and having them grouped together. So that fills that need of mine that I have to have. I wish that they had had more of the blue ones, but actually I think I might just like them being white, so it's not just really super distracting. The other thing about having this space in my room is that, well, this is my room, and I like things. I want things to still be nice and tidy and clean and organized in here, because I'm in here so much, and I sleep in here and I rest in here, and it's difficult for me to rest and feel peaceful and calm when everything is just a big mess. So that's another reason why I try to keep things really organized and tidy in here, is because I need it to be calm and peaceful, so that when it's time to shut down and it's time for me to rest, I can. So, and since this is all open, I just want it to look nice. A lot of that behind there is kind of messy. I really need to work on what's on top. Well, and especially the things that are up there. So that's a bunch of artwork by my kids that I'd like to get framed. But so that's where I am with that. The other thing that I've kind of started thinking about the other day, and I mentioned it in, I believe in this last daily collage video that I had done, is I think it's about time for this stuff to go. There's even more of the same over there. So this is all scrapbook paper and just pattern paper and just pieces of paper, all organized by color. And then these are all just embellishments. It's just a ton of things, stickers, die cuts, just everything. And I mean, I've had some of this stuff since, well, I mean, I remember buying these, and I think that was either before Elliot was born or right after he was born, and he just turned 12 yesterday. Well, Thursday. So I haven't used it. And I really don't think that I have any desire to use most of what's in here. So I'm going to go through these drawers really quick. I'll probably keep the pattern paper just because I do like having it a lot sometimes for my junk journals, but it needs to be out of this space. So I will consolidate it into maybe something smaller that doesn't take up so much space, and maybe even just pick up this bin and move it in there in my closet, because I have a lot of other things in their studio. Well, art stuff is in my closet. So if I take these out, get rid of all of that, get rid of what's in that side, which, I mean, I can't even get to that because I usually have that cart in front of it anyway. But I believe what I think I'm going to do is move these bins that have all my collage elements in it. I'm going to move those down into here. That way they will be easy for me to get to. They're right there. It will open up this space here to where I can either have it open and just not have something shoved there, which would be nice, because I mean, right now, pretty much every single part of my room has something on it, and that's just a lot of stuff. So it would be nice to have a little bit of break in that. It's difficult for me to, it's a pain for me to get over here because I have my easel right here. I'm not moving my easel. I like it there. If I get a smaller end table, which I want to, I'll be able to move it over a little bit, but not a lot. So it might be kind of nice just to have that open. If I just have one little small table there that I can put my printer on, then I would be happy, because that would just kind of give a little bit of a break in all of this. Um, I am going to reorganize a lot of things that are in those bins, because a lot of that needs to be gone through also, and it can be consolidated a lot. But I think getting rid of this will be good. It just needs to go. And when I say getting rid of, I don't mean throwing it in the trash. I thought about even putting it in packages, and I could sell those. If I don't do that, packages by color, and just sell them in bunches of just kind of like a grab bag. I could do that. Or I will donate it. So I will not throw it away. I will give it to, um, usually our Girl Scout Council is where I like to give a lot of those things to. They have, they have troops that are sponsored by the council that they were not able to find leaders for, inner city troops that need help with buying supplies and things like that. And they can even use them for their camps and things like that. So if I donate it, that's where it will go. Because I know that it's needed and will be used. So whenever I say get rid of, that's what I mean. Even with any of the scrapbook paper, I will donate it. So I think that's what I'm going to work on today. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. I'm gonna flip you around. Hold on tight, because I don't just want you looking at the wall. So just a second, I'm gonna turn you around. All right, that's better. I was like, I don't know if you really want to sit here and look at these shelves or these empty cupboards and things like that I'm working on. But yeah, it's 7:40 right now a.m. I've been up since 3:30. My daughter has a show choir competition out of town today, and she had to be at school by 5 o'clock, and I needed to wake her up at 3:30 so that she could get ready and we could get her stuff together and get her there. And I didn't look at the weather, and sure enough, I get up and we get in the car, and there's a lot of snow on the ground, and the roads were covered since it was so early. And so it's been kind of a morning. So I went back and forth with if I should go back to sleep for a couple hours or if I should stay awake, because I have to be at work at 8:45 this morning. So I decided to stay up, and I got things tidied up in here. I had a lot of the knick-knacky things, just some other things that were in the way. Since I brought more boxes home, I was able to put stuff in boxes and get that out of here, because that's going to be the hardest part with all of this, is that I still have to live in here and I can't have it just being chaos, because it will cause me a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, and I just can't do that. I just get anxious when things are piled up. Um, so I have to kind of do things bit by bit, do a little bit of it, get that kind of settled as much as I can, and then kind of start working on other things. So as boxes pile up that I'm filling up, I'm putting them out back in the back room where they're out of everybody's way, and then I will sit and go through all that. But I am anxious to also go through the books and finally just clear out a lot of those books, because I just don't need them. So I think that was all that I was going to tell you that I'm working on. I'm also packing up. Today is the local art group here in Omaha, and I'm really enjoying that. The first time I went, I was absolutely terrified. I was so nervous, excuse me, so nervous, so anxious, and it's so silly, because I'm used to working out in public. I used to go all the time to coffee shops and our Whole Foods and take my journals and sit and work in my journals all the time. So it doesn't bother me working out in public. I don't mind people watching me and or being curious at what I'm doing or anything like that. But this was something I hadn't done before. I knew that there were going to be people there, people that I didn't know, a situation that I didn't know. And I was so anxious. I pretty much had a panic attack as I was driving to the coffee shop. And I was so nervous when I was there, and it was just ridiculous because then, of course, as soon as I got there and unpacked everything, I was totally fine. But I've been doing that for several months now. I can't remember when the first time was that I went, so I don't know if it was before school started or not. It might have been. It might have been. No, it was autumn. But anyway, so I've been doing that. It's twice a month. And now I absolutely just love it. I look forward to it every time. The group has grown to a lot of people. It's a lot of just local artists, and the basis for it even starting up was for a place for us to go to work so that we're not home working by yourself. Because it's sometimes being an artist is a lonely thing. You're working a lot by yourself, and you might not necessarily want to be out and talk and gather and things like that as far as like being super social, but even just being in an environment with other artists and working quietly side by side with someone is it's a really wonderful thing. And I've met so many people and made so many new friends, and it's just fantastic. So anyway, if you ever see anything like that that's in your town, in your city, I highly recommend you trying it. It can be nerve-wracking at first, but it's just been a really wonderful experience for me. I'm learning a lot, meeting a lot of well-known local artists, which is a joy and a thrill. Learning about just different things that are going on in town that I might not have heard about, and just a lot of opportunities opening. So I need to figure out what I'm going to take to that, pack my bag. I was maybe going to take my collage journal. Not sure. I need to do yesterday's daily collage page. I haven't done that yet because I was exhausted. Excuse me. I was exhausted when I got home. It was a really long week at work, and I've been kind of going nonstop every day and every night, and I thought I need to just kind of rest tonight. So I did that, and I also knew I was going to have to get up at 3:30 in the morning. So I rested last night, and I am ready to just get rolling today, and we'll see how long I last before I crash out. She's not going to be back in town until 12:30 tonight, so she is going to be exhausted. So, but I think that's it. If you have any questions, please ask. And I will, after I get things moved around and have another update, I will update you. I will still be doing my daily videos as much as possible. And with these, and if you watched the last video, I worked and went on and back and forth, and then it was the world's simplest page ever. And it's funny because when I was editing it and listening to me talking, I kept on looking at this and saying, oh, this would be really neat on a page. I should put that on a page. I'll wait for that. I'll do that later. And I set it to the side, but then that's what I ended up doing in the long run. And if I had listened to myself at the very beginning, I would have got that finished just right away, because in my head and out loud, I was saying, I just want to do something simple. I should really use that leaf. I like this leaf. I like how that looks. And so that went back and forth. But with these videos, and just to make it easier on me and just more enjoyable, because it's time consuming to edit and do everything that's needed to get a video on here. And I am excited to share working in this, but I don't want to burn myself out and overdo it as far as trying to crank out a well executed, super involved, super edited video every day. I can't do that. So these are going to be me working straight through. I did not cut anything out of the one the last one, and I could have cut a lot of that out because some of it was just me looking through things and trying to figure out what I was going to use. But I'm not going to do that with these. It's just going to be, it's real time, me talking, me working through it from start to finish. So I hope you do enjoy that, and I will keep doing these as long as I can. I will keep doing these as long as I can. So there might be some days that I miss, but I hope to keep sharing them. So I hope you're enjoying them, and I am going to let you go. And I've got to, well, it's almost time for me to start getting ready for work. So I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope that you are able to be, to make some time to do something creative each day, even just a little bit of something in your journal like this. It is really, really helping me. I'm proud of myself for keeping this up. Because sometimes it's a struggle, but I know how much I need it, and I know how good I feel when I'm working on it and afterwards. So having a daily creative something is very important. Yeah, I'll see you again later. So have a great day. Please like and subscribe if you're not, and give me a thumbs up and all that jazz. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.